Can someone say filler? Welcome everyone, Sarada Uchiha here, and welcome back to the channel, where today we'll be covering episode 152 of the Boruto Naruto Next Generations anime. Of course, we're doing it a bit early this week. Usually, or at least for the last few weeks, I've been doing my reviews on Monday, but we have a bit of time today, so here we are on Sunday. Good Sunday. Easter Sunday at that. So of course, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe for mostly, I would say everything Boruto, but that's not really the case. So for most things Boruto, be sure to hit that subscribe button and help me reach 1000 subs and beyond. And let's dive right into it. So as I said, especially if you've seen my video where I talk about, or at least cover, the episode summaries and translations courtesy of Organic Dinosaur, the next few episodes of the anime will be us diving into more of the transitional, filler-esque episodes that persons might not be totally interested in type of deal. You know, at least to give the anime studio time to adapt certain portions of the manga, or at least let the manga build up more. So that's the stage we're at. And as I've said in that said video, personally, I'm not looking forward to this stretch or this string of episodes. But that's not to say that it doesn't have its good moments, at least where today's episode is concerned. With today's episode, we focus on Sarada and her actually attempting to, go back to learning medical ninjutsu, because apparently the setup for the episode is this: Boruto's class apparently was supposed to have a medical ninjutsu, like a one course during the academy, but it was delayed. So all genin currently are being ordered to actually take like a supplementary class where they send one representative from their team who's best at probably at their chakra control to actually learn medical ninjutsu. And of course it ends up being Sarada in this episode, because of course she's the daughter of Sakura Uchiha. Still sucks. It's really weird saying Sakura Uchiha, honestly, but yeah, naturally it ends up being her after Boruto and Mitsuki kind of deliberate. And the episode mainly focused on the fact that Sarada isn't really good at medical ninjutsu, and the whole gimmick is that they have 5 tests to take, with Sakura being the person in charge, but they have 5 tests to take, and with each test something usually happens where one of Sarada's other classmates or fellow genin get it right, and the results of the test usually end up on Sarada's desk, and it seems like she's the one that actually did it, when deep down she's not sure how she did it. So yeah, that's the basic premise of the episode. Now, as I said, overall the episode, it's okay, and it is one of those episodes that represents what I hate and love about the Boruto anime, in which there are moments of gold, I'd say personally speaking, scattered throughout the Boruto anime, but the fact that it's scattered between, like, among all this fluff, that's the real problem. With today's episode, what I really liked about it, or what I imagine that I'd like about when I first saw it, was the scene where we had Sarada essentially, kind of wondering what she's going to do, because she's not good at, medical ninjutsu, and she's there talking to herself walking home in the evening, and she bucks up, she basically overhears Shikadai and Inojin, talking about Naruto and how he's perfect as the Hokage and he's able to do everything. So this kind of inspires Sarada, another character that's also, aspiring to become Hokage, to kind of, get ahead of herself and say, yo, I need to master medical ninjutsu. So, of course, at the time they were actually talking about the card game, the ninja card game, so that was kind of funny. So yeah, Sarada kind of starts pressuring herself to actually, I need to learn medical ninjutsu. She spends the night reading over a book, but of course that's not enough, and we segue into the actual 5 tests that's being done and demonstrated by Sakura. And eventually towards the end we have Naruto come in to actually spectate, and by the end Sarada admits that she's not good at medical ninjutsu, and honestly it turned out better than I thought it would. Not saying the episode is gold, but it really had an interesting moment for Sarada where she realizes that the person she really looks up to isn't perfect, and I think that's a life lesson like any of us can really take into consideration or kind of like relate to in real life. So that's the good part. And of course, I also think Naruto, the only thing that the episode is really missing, I'd say they should have had a more one-on-one thing between Naruto and Sarada after. I think that's what was the main thing the episode was missing, because by the end of the episode we have a one-on-one between Sakura and Sarada at dinner, but it's yeah, I think it would have been more effective if Naruto was the one to speak with Sarada, or at least add that in at least. So there's that. But I will say it did give me I did get a few laughs from the episode by the end when, you know, they're revealing that Naruto himself isn't perfect, and you know, he can't cook, he leaves the light on, he always oversleeps, and Boruto's just like, yo, just dishing out all the the bad stuff about Naruto, which I thought that was funny. I actually legitimately laughed at that section, so I definitely love that part. But yeah, it definitely has a special place in my heart, this episode, where Sarada's character is concerned. To just learn that, you know, she doesn't have to be perfect at everything. That's what this episode really strives to do. And I'm not gonna lie, even though Sakura has had a history of not being, in terms of how she's been written, she hasn't had a good history of that in Naruto Shippuden. The adult version of Sakura, I feel, has reached the point where she has this atmosphere of respect around her, I'd say. Even though persons will still make fun of her to this day, but I think Sakura has come to the point where she's the head of the medical division of Konoha, essentially, and she has so much responsibility on her shoulders. So I'm just hoping where Boruto as a series is concerned, especially the manga, they help to showcase that even more. Because I know we got a lot of information on that regarding like in the novels and thing, but the reality is that not everybody's going to read the novels, so yeah. I think that's going to be needs to be put on display. So that's just food for thought after watching this episode, which I definitely like. It's a good vibe. But yeah, but I definitely liked it. I just feel like Sarada could have had a more like a deeper connection, a deeper moment with Naruto in this episode regarding, you know, being perfect and what it means to be the Hokage. It doesn't necessarily mean you're good at everything, but you know, you support the village and you have people that can work together with you to actually get the job done. So I think this episode, although it has its merits, it missed out on the opportunity to be like 100% gold, if you ask me. So yeah, that's my take on episode 152. Love the theme, love the message they're going for, but just missed a solid opportunity to, you know, include and involve Naruto Uzumaki, our favorite knuckle-headed ninja, even more. So yeah, let me know what you thought about the episode. I enjoyed it. I got some laughs, not gonna lie, but it's not perfect by any stretch, and of course it continues to, and the next few episodes will be the same thing, of course, in the sense that it continues to reiterate the problem of the Boruto franchise, that anime wise at least, it just started way too soon, and we're just getting the the repercussions of that. And, you know, the result of that is being showcased in all this fluff that we're getting, all these transitional episodes, which I don't mind transitional episodes, but you know, like a lesson or this moment that they were trying to do for Sarada's character, I feel that it could have been done in like material in sections of the story that we actually want to see. Like this is something that I don't think even the manga has done. No, not even think, it hasn't done this in terms of Sarada's character. So yeah, so I just think the whole thing could be planned better. So that's just me, of course. Anyway, Sarada Uchiha, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and if you haven't checked out my video on Tower of God, be sure to check that out, because I'll definitely be covering that series from week to week. Might even get into the actual webtoon, so which is like eons ahead of the anime, based on the one time I glimpsed at the list of chapters and things. So yeah, but anyway, Sarada Uchiha, be sure to like the video, rate, subscribe, and you know, just let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep safe and just yeah.